joined by Coach Stan Van Gundy and Grant Hill. This is Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce is our reporter. Simons, left side. Grant, looking at these two teams, my attention is drawn to the front court matchup.
Oh, yeah, this should be a battle on the baseline. Great to watch skilled bigs trade blows and show off what they can do down low.
Yeah, even when it's contested, that's a high percentage look for Ayton.
Pass to McGrady. Here's Holland on the take. And a strong finish with two hands.
Well, he can play the four because he gets off the ground so well.
To the inside. Simons outside. And it's good. 2 points.
Some guts. Simons finishing with strength.
Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. There's Cunningham with a three. Here's Bailey. And he gets the bucket.
Yeah, attack mode from the start. Exactly what you want coming into this game.
Well, getting a good offensive player a high percentage look, there's nothing better than that.
Stan, the top pick in the 2021 draft, Cade Cunningham. He's made major strides the last couple of years, but what have you seen from him?
Well, he's a big guard who can both score and create shots for his teammates. I think this guy is a winner. Well, I want to see more of this from Durham. Nice effort using his size to make an impact defensively.
Here's Simons.
Well, he continues to make the effort, but the results just aren't there this quarter.
Abdia. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line.
Yeah, good whistle there.
Well, Stan, he was a five-time All-Star. Chauncey Billups. Just 1 year as an assistant before becoming a head coach.
Yeah, but Brian, Chauncey Billups was a guy that even when he was a player and then as a broadcaster, always fought like a head coach.
Once Rose feels like he has to step on the defense, he's ready for liftoff. What a slam.
Here's Simons. Again, Simons missing.
Man, miss after miss for him. When you're having a quarter like this, the only beneficiary is the defense.
And make no mistake, Cade Cunningham is the engine of this team, Grant.
Man, his vision and playmaking are crucial to the offense. Coach trusts him to make the right reads and set up his teammates. He has cut down on mistakes and is rounding into an elite point guard.
I'm sure they don't want to send him to the line. That has to be in their scouting report.
It's good.
And Simon shows off that soft touch inside.
Now here's Cunningham. A valuable part of their offense, averaging a little more than 16 a game.
Assisted buckets. Every team wants them. They show you're running effective team offense.
And Bailey gets it to go.
Now you want to get him going as soon as possible. Great way for him to start this game.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what. If he gets into a good rhythm early, watch out.
Incredible. I mean, high energy in transition. Just beating the defense up the floor.
Yeah, the commitment to run is paying great dividends on the break.
And what a read there from Cunningham, showing he has vision and timing with his passes.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
The Blazers have a lot to learn. Coach Chauncey Billups said, I owe it to these players to coach them. The only way I know to do that is with honesty. It's always coming from a good place. Once you know that, then you take it with love. I lead with love. I don't lead with fear. Brian?
That's a Hall of Fame mentality, Allie. He's been in their shoes. Here's Kamari. Still without a bucket. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Simons. He's off on that one. Cunningham with some nice D.
just hasn't found much consistency from the floor, but his teammates have picked up the slack.
And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Avdia.
Substitution for your Pistons.
A minute 53 left in the first quarter. Cunningham outside. Off with the layup.
That's a defender doing just enough to cause a miss on the layup.
Here's Simons. It's tipped. And he's able to get it back. Six to shoot. Second chance shot. Throws outside. Ivy outside. We've got 1:08 left in the first quarter of the game. Duren. And the dunk by Duren.
That is what they want from Duren. Spike it, young fella.
Looking to get back on track. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way.
You know, I have to admire a guy like Anthony Simons. Early in his career, he was seen as undersized, but with his skill and pure athleticism, he balances the scales against bigger players, and he's become a ferocious scorer.
All right, Grant, I have to ask you, has there ever been a more intimidating team than the old bad boy Pistons?
Well, they weren't fancy, but they played hard and they played physical basketball. Every team that faced those Detroit teams knew they were in for a battle.
Well, Coach, it's been discussed a lot, but the Detroit Pistons set a record in 2023 that no one wants to match.
Well, that's for sure, B.A. No franchise wants to suffer through a 28-game losing streak. They thought that team had potential, but they just never found their footing early on, and then things just snowballed on them.
There you go. He's a monster at the rim.
So athletic. Obviously, he plays on the attack. That one goes in. Bailey's got 8.
Look, if I'm one of his teammates, I just keep getting him the ball. He has been lights out.
"13 feet out. Ooh, it's stolen away. From deep, Johnson. No good on the buzzer beater. Tie game in Detroit. And quarter number 2 will get underway just after this short break.
Trailblazers, 16.
And if you're just joining us, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. All right, guys, looking at what we've seen from the Pistons, what do you think?
Well, I'm really loving their activity. I mean, they're contesting shots. They've really set a strong tone early.
Yeah, well, the best way to get in the head of your opponent is through aggressive defense.
Here's Simons. Pass to Bailey. Takes it inside.
Oh! Wow!
Oh, save that for the dunk contest. That flush was so extra.
Whether or not this game is close, he's the same guy, focused on finishing firm at the rim. Ivy's shot is off.
Nice work defensively to contest that shot right at the rim. Nothing easy.
It's Sharp on the wing. Looking at his stats, he's putting up about 7.5 per game. Shot clock at 6. Right wing. Well, there's the shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over.
Coming onto the floor for your Pistons, number 8.
Here's Johnson. He's scoreless. Here's Ivy. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
Oh, rocketing off the floor. Ivy using all of his athletic ability on the jam.
And we played just over a minute of basketball in the second quarter. To the right side. Takes the 3. Holland with a rebound. And so it's Johnson with it. He brings it up for Detroit. There's the block. Henderson scanning the floor. Out to the right wing. Beyond the arc. Again, the miss by Portland.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. And Stan, they always say for a player, confidence is such a big part of it. How can a coach instill that in a player?
Well, as your coach, I think your job is to create a system that the players believe in and they believe they can have success in. The rest of it has to come from inside of the players. They have to believe in themselves.
Ooh, that's a tough break. After poor communication defensively, it leaves him all by himself. I'll tell you, those finishes are always extra special when they come from your point guard.
Oh, forget about his passing. Can we see more dunking?
Wow, that is an impressive vertical for a point guard. My goodness.
That's been the story of their offense so far, getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
Here's Sharp. Nice start for him, sinking his first shot.
Well, he's an opportunistic player, and when the break is on, Sharp does whatever possible to score.
Got a hand on it. Henderson outside. Sinks that one after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3. All right, a look at how the hustle game has been going for Portland.
Wow, those early blocks are key. They are intimidating their opponents and making them hesitate.
They are also being so active there with their hands on defense. It's paying off with a lot of steals already tonight.
Well, Cunningham has such a great feel for the game. Reads his teammates' movements really well.
Now Sharp. Misses in close. Here's Rose. And he finishes. That makes him 4 out of 5.
Smart play from Rose, getting up close to the basket for a high percentage look.
Henderson outside. The rebound by Detroit. Here's Holland. Out to Rose. From outside the arc. Not going to go that time.
Just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Here's Henderson. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
Yeah, despite standing about 6'2", Henderson has a big-time vertical, and he plays a lot bigger than his height.
Henderson hits them both. Here's McGrady. They look to him to score consistently, averaging around 13.5 a game.
Another assist in the career of D. Rose.
Plenty of space.
And that's one he wants back, just wide open, but not able to connect that time.
The great read between those two guys. The defense didn't stand a chance, B.A.
These 2 teammates right here, Grant, they are connected. And he missed again, now 1 of 5.
Yeah, and they're fighting to get back in this one, but unfortunately, he just keeps coming up empty.
And solid pass from Cunningham. He has a good understanding for when the defense has overcommitted.
Now here's Henderson. He's been contributing over 15 a game. Pass to Sharp. Wing shot on the way. Connects. The jumper drops.
Well, Sharp's primary focus is scoring, but if a guy is totally open, he'll make the right pass.
Cunningham going to work inside.
And why go away from attacking inside if the D has no answer for you?
To the wing, right side. Outside Sharp. Henderson outside. From downtown. Knocks down the triple. Henderson's got 7 now in this quarter.
Well, after a...
Oh, he packs it down.
That is incredible.
And passes like this demonstrate Rose's unselfish attitude, which is why his teammates enjoy playing with him.
From deep, Holland with a rebound. Here's Cunningham. Count that one. And it's a 7-point Pistons lead.
You got to appreciate the consistency. Night in and night out, he brings it.
And so we wrap up the first half. Detroit on top, up by 7. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter. Well, for those just tuning in, thanks for being with us. Second half of this game still to play. And it's Detroit with the ball. Rose with the bucket.
Man, that's now 10 straight points in the paint. I'm not sure what's happened to their defense, man.
Right side Sharp. Henderson outside. And it's stolen by Rose. They push it up 4 on 3. And it's good. Fought through contact. Hit the shot and will go to the line. He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far. And we all know about Stan the analyst and Stan the coach. But when you played in college, what was your game like, Stan?
Hey, Brian, I had the game that would get you beat as a coach. I will say my greatest strength was this. I was never once accused of overpassing.
The black hole. That is Stan Van Gundy.
Well, he's more than comfortable in the mid-range, but you can't make them all.
Rose with the bucket.
They're finding ways to get the ball into the paint. 5 consecutive buckets.
Now here's Henderson. 7 points in the game. Down low. Clingan. Shots blocked.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
Sinks it from distance. McGrady's got 6 in the quarter.
He drops yet another dime. Just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
Ooh, took him no time at all to get that one.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
And that's their first miss after hitting 4 in a row to start the half.
Pass to Thibault. Sharp with it. Three-pointer. Fires in the triple. Sharp's got 5.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
And J.B. Bickerstaff decides to call timeout. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. Detroit leading by 11. Rose outside. Back to Cunningham. Let's go with a 3. Hits the three-pointer. 9 points in the game.
Well, as a defense, you have to expect Cunningham to take those. He's not shy at the arc.
Back to Simons. Over to the wing. Here's Bailey. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Now here's Rose. 12 points for him. And it's Cunningham missing. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Inside. Here's Ayton. And stolen by Cunningham. Pass to Holland. The 3. Sends it home from three-point land. And the Pistons lead by 14.
And this is what you want to do when you've got a big lead. You must stay aggressive.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless, building this lead in every way possible.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
When it comes to winning big, basketball acumen is the difference. LeBron James said, quote, in the final 2 rounds of the playoffs, what's going to separate teams is IQ. There's moments in the game that a coach can't prepare you for, where you have to make adjustments right away. It's not experience, it's IQ.
He would know, Allie. Thanks. Here's Bailey. 13 points in the game. Oh, he remains perfect. 7 for 7, showing no signs of letting up.
You got to tip your hat to him. He's doing all he can to keep them in the game. He still hasn't missed.
Pass to Holland. And he drains it. A solid 5 for 6 now.
And it gets even worse for them. I mean, he just waltzes down the lane, extending their advantage. Not good.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
Here's McGrady. He's covered by Ayton. To the paint. Here's Duren. And the dunk by Duren.
A brilliant dunk. And he hangs up there for a while, too.
Like he's posing for the camera. He's just hanging out, posing for pictures, just making himself at home. Avdia, good.
And for the defense, that is a heart-sinking moment when you see him that wide open beyond the arc.
And the dunk by Duren.
Well, as a lob partner, Duren's exactly what you want. He really goes and gets it.
Here's Bailey. The shot that time not on target. Good D by Duren. Here's Cunningham. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. That's on Anthony Simons.
Well, pretty much a 6'6" point guard. Cade Cunningham was the first pick in the draft because of his playmaking. Rare for someone of his size.
Blazers trail by 17. Pass to Bailey. Cuts off the pass. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Back to Ivy. Nifty move. Kicks it out to Cunningham. That one falls. Cunningham's got 7 points here in the quarter.
And they've really managed to dominate inside.
Here's Simons on the money from 12 feet away.
Defenses nowadays try to protect the rim and the three-point line, so their mid-range is usually available.
And it's Cunningham missing. And here at the end of the third, it's a double-digit ball game. Pistons ahead, leading by 17. And we'll have the... And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works, or if it's more of the same for the first 3 quarters. And it's Simons with the ball for the Trailblazers. 17-point game. Pass to Avdia. Fires it. 4-3. Rebounded by the Pistons. And here's Johnson. From deep three-point range. Rebounded by Kamari. Simons, right side. Here's Bailey. Richards pulls it in. And Chauncey Billups calls timeout here. No doubt he's going to utilize the opportunity to make sure they're all on the same page here.
Into the lineup for the Trailblazers. Sharp, Henderson.
Puts up a 3. The shot no good. Blazers trail by 17. It's Sharp on the wing. The dive for the ball. Three-pointer, no good.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
Rebounded by Bailey.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous.
Oh, my goodness!
What a dunk. Oh, man. Sharp makes that look way too easy. That's elite bounce.
And he dunks it down.
Unselfish basketball. That's what coaches love to see.
Fires away from way outside.
Every player goes through this. When your shots aren't going down, it can ding your confidence.
Wow.
Playing from behind, it's amazing he chose a dunk with that high a difficulty rating.
Yeah, no question. That was a stellar move with plenty of swagger. And J.B. Bickerstaff decides to call timeout. Coach clearly has something he wants to say to his team right now. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hey, team, I was able to catch the message that J.B. Bickerstaff was giving to his team. He said to his guys, this one is not over yet. You have worked hard for this lead, and we are not about to give it up now. Stay focused and keep hustling. Back to you guys.
And Allie, thanks.
I just love the ball movement.
Holland can't hit. Blazers trail by 9. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And I'll tell you, this thing looked pretty much over heading into the fourth, but give them a lot of credit for fighting their way back.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone by now in the final quarter. Ayton, no good. Detroit leading by 7. Rose right side. Back to Duren. This one for 3. Portland grabs the miss. Here's Bailey. Henderson with it. Pass to Bailey. Clock at 6. Another shot. It's deflected. Fires from way outside. That's off. 5 for 8 from the floor.
We all know he's a good shooter, but from that distance, I don't think so.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's jacking him up from way out there these days. You want guys to stay within themselves.
Now Portland with it. It's been 10 straight unanswered. And again, the Pistons missing.
He continues to let it fly, but the makes have been few and far between.
And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
Love the fearlessness from Simons inside, showing he's not afraid of contact.
And the second free throw is good. And J.B. Bickerstaff decides to call timeout. He's looking to make some very important adjustments here. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by now. From deep. Rose can't connect. Blazers trail by 6. To the middle. Ayton. McGrady grabs a miss. Detroit with the ball. Looking to get on the board here in the fourth still. Pass to Rose. From deep three-point land. Offensive board. Puts up a deep 3. Lets it go from deep. Sinks the tray. And the Pistons lead by 9.
A shooter of Rose's skill is just automatic. I mean, he's ready to strike at a moment's notice.
Henderson misses. And so Cunningham will bring it up for Detroit. Earlier in the game, they led by 19. The quick look, no good that time. So it's Portland now. They've played a great fourth quarter defensively, allowing only 3 points. And it's Simons missing. Detroit leading by 9. The half-court heave is off target.
I don't know what he was thinking. Maybe settling a score with his coach?
Well, if that was one of my players, I'd think about sitting him down right away and letting him think about that one.
And the ball out of play. The Trailblazers will have it. Blazers trail by 9. Left side Sharp. From the arc. Count that one. He's now 5 for 8.
Well, just a couple of years into the league, but Sharp has shown he's good from deep.
Duren, no good. So it's Portland now.
You know, I think it's desperation time for them.
It's not going to be easy now. They're going to need just about everything to go right from this point on.
Cash! What a beautiful shot! Brings him within 3.
Key points from Henderson. Stepping up. Scoop, young man, scoop.
Here's Simons. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
Yeah, you never want to let shots at the rim go uncontested.
And so Simons nails both of them.
Well, that's what you expect from him in this situation.
And I think we'll see him milk the clock a bit.
Yeah, seems like the heady move right now.
Here's Bailey. Outside Sharp. To take the lead. Count it!
You love the unselfishness. Makes the next pass and enables his team to capitalize on the possession.
And J.B. Bickerstaff decides to call timeout. And a great call on his part. This is the time you want to be in sync right here. All right, guys, how do you see him managing the next possession?
Down 1 with just enough time for a couple passes and a shot. We'll see what they can do.
So a close game sees Portland taking this one with the late victory.